In this part, with the techniques that we've learned in interior one-point perspective, we are going to design an interior space, but this time we'll have some stairs. But before designing stairs inside our area, I will explain them separately to you guys. And then we will design a space with that together. So in any area that we want to design a staircase inside it, it's better to find our staircase rectangle inside that area. So if I have here, and this is my figure, added my vanishing point, it's better for me to find that box. And when I found that box, I can send it to my vanishing point, connect it to here, inclined line, and the prism-like shape happened here, which means I was able to create an inclined shape here. So now pay attention. I want to divide this into 16 steps. I will do a multiplication sign here. And when we did that, the half top will be 8 stairs and the bottom part will be 8 stairs each. And if you do another multiplication sign here, it will be 4, 4 each. And we can repeat it and it's going to be half all the time. Like this. Each horizontal line is 2 stairs. Again, another multiplication sign and like this. 4, 4, now it's 2, 2. And again, same on bottom and 2, 2. So we will divide each one of them like this. So I get my stairs proportions. And now we need to add a parapet. And as you remember in observer view, all of the heads are on the same line. So we draw a line up to our viewer's head and we divide it by 2. And half of the height of my figure will be my parapet. And now we should do the upper parapet. So the figure that is just standing here, half of its height will be this tall. And we'll put it there, connect them together. And we've got our stairs. And as you can see, each one of them is 2 stairs, so we need to divide them by 2. Do them like this. And our escape route needs to happen at bottom. So we have a format like this. We connect them horizontally together. And as you can see, we've got our staircase. And at the places that are higher than our viewer's head, we cannot see our stairs floor. And like this, we have our stairs. So let's pick up another sheet of paper. And I want to draw a space with staircase for you guys. And let's add some details to that. And it's really important to be able to add a detail. We will specify a place like this, specifying our vertical lines. And I will make one corner my escape point. And we will do the same staircase, very clean, and add some details to our area. Look, this is our space. This time I will put a staircase on the right side. So I will define the beginning and the end. Instead of designing my box completely, I bring this part forward. And we draw a horizontal line here. And connect the 2 heads to each other. So we have our inclined surface. Half of it again will be our parapet. And if we do one side is enough for us. So we have our parapet and connect them together. And connected both tops. We added a little area next to it. With a little distance, I will send it to our vanishing point. It's like these stairs are moving to top floor. Let's do diameters again this time, but we will do it from memory this time. So I have 8 part on top and 8 again, do the same process. Do the rest of it just in your memory. And as you can see, we've divided this part. Connect the middles and to our horizontal line. Each one will be 1 step. And vertical and set it to the vanishing point. Just so easily we've done our stairs. And as you can see, it's very clean. Look how easily it's done. So on top we will just draw the top line of our stairs. But when we cross the line of our viewer's side, we'll draw the bottom side of the stairs also. Like this. So like this we create a staircase that is moving to the top floor. I like to give bottom floor a little void and a couple of details. And for doing my void, I prefer to do a glass parapet, because I want to see my area to be seen, the area that we want to empty. And in order to make it seen better, we do a horizontal line here and the distance of our parapet every 1 meter. We move horizontally and I'll move towards my vanishing point. We do the rest of the divisions like this. So we did a void here and we can see our bottom floor also. So everything that we have on the bottom floor, we can see it. And what is the height of our top floor? We'll move this much up and we send it to our vanishing point. We can close it here and close it horizontally. So you can see the movement here. We go up floor from this part. And let's do the continuation of our areas. Let's make this part a horizontal line. We can close this part also. Create a parapet, do the divisions. We can do the continuation of this part and go inside. So I'm not limiting my area and we're using it. So we can also create a hallway here to move to the other side. We can also add some fake ceiling here, like the one that we did in the previous episode. And it can go inside. I like to show my bars also here. Select 2 parts and you can see our ceiling's bars. Send it inside, and if we want, we can send it to our vanishing point. Darken this area. So our ceiling's bar is exposed here. If we move horizontally here, we are automatically entering another area. If we add a little thickness to this area, it can be our wall. And if we send the same thing into our vanishing point, we added a hallway in backside here. So this wall is closer to us compared to the other area. So we created a couple of areas in our design. I have this wall in between two of my hallways. I can move around it. We can even add a texture on this wall here. I can even turn this part into an aquarium. Let's make it into an aquarium like this. Look, send it like this into the vanishing point horizontally, so we can see what is happening behind it. Let's show the details inside our aquarium. If you have some seaweed or some details, we just add it to that so it's more believable. Look, with these small details that we are adding, we are making this area into an aquarium. So let's connect the top parts here. As you can see, it's so interesting. We just turned a wall into a simple aquarium. So when it's an aquarium, we can see the lines behind it, obviously because it's glass. So we change the area and let's add some windows at the end of our area. Like this. Show some details outside of our building. And as you can see, as much as we move forward, it's getting more interesting. Let's add a chandelier in our void. We make it circle. Do a lot of them. So it's hanging from top to bottom. So in this part it's supposed to be glass so we can see through it. Do a lot of these circles. Even bottom here. Like this. And we connect all of them to the ceiling with very thin lines, like this. And we can also add some hedge on one side of our circles in order to be seen better. And like this. On one side we do a simple hatch. And as you can see, our area is shaping. And as much as we added details into this area and added more areas and complete my spaces, most definitely we can make it even better, bit by bit. So let's add some hallways into the back side there and do our flooring. just turn your page so your lines are sharp and on point. And this happened to our flooring. It's enough that we are doing our flooring like this and random. We don't need to add a lot of details to it. On upper walls, it's the same story. So like this, we added hallway to the right side. So we just need to send a line to our vanishing point. And we create another parapet in this area. If you draw it and send it inside, we are defining under our surface the dark hatch here, so we're showing the depth over there, and it turned out like this. Like this. And the figure's height that we want to add it in our area, the height will be relative to our parapet. It will be 2 times of our parapet, because we've calculated that together. If someone is just standing here, the same. Even on our stairs. And added some hatching next to them also. And the ones that are standing here, all of them, they need to be all at the same height and all of the heads on one line. And we can make this design alive by editing some figures. Look, all of them, all of the heads are on the same line. We can design someone behind and some closer to us. I'm doing them with just simple lines, and always added shadows on the left side of your objects. The light will be on the right side and shadows will be all on the left side. And as you can see, I'm doing the reflection on the floor also. And that's giving us a better area. Do some hatching on the parapet on the top floor so it will be seen better. To give it more dimension and depth. Try to do your perspectives in lines all the time. And when you resolve your problems with lines, with almost no rendering, you can present your sketch. As you can see, we are solving most of our problems with hatching and not with coloring. Adding color is interesting, but this is better. This is the best answer that we can give to our area, with just adding just a couple of lines. And designing better will make your area to be seen better. And just try to add better details. Added another area here. Also create a hallway. So let's add a door. And we almost got everything here. We could add a flower pot here in front. So let's do a horizontal line here, send it to the vanishing point, bring it bottom, and added some greenery in your project. As you can see, we are just putting it here. It's true that there are lines underneath it, but don't be too sensitive about it. When you're adding details to it, they will be lost. We do it like we did before. And we turn this part into a flower pot. And like this, we have it. So just so easily, we created a box for our flower pot. And it's covering the right side completely. And in the end, we can show this perspective with two simple colors. And while I'm coloring, I don't want to put too much time on it. But what I want to do is to color the areas behind and back. Let's just start with some natural colors. Use a CG color to do our flooring. Make it a little darker to define where is our floor and our walls. Put emphasis on the darker areas. Usually you can do this color on all surfaces. Darken the area on your side a little more in your perspective and underneath surfaces. As you can see, with start from the end and did our surface. We can even do it on the greenery and wooden areas. But later on they will show themselves better. So for now, we do all surfaces with this color. And later on, we can add the details with some other colors. On the ceiling, don't forget to put a couple of stains. And after that, let's use some darker color. Well, let me check if I have a darker color. Yes, I got it. So I'm putting emphasis on darker areas. Like when I'm doing this darker stain, it will giving it another form here. So do this step by step. Don't do it just at once. Move from light to dark. And when you do that, it will automatically form. Look, when we're just doing surfaces on this side, it's forming. And do the corners and edges all the time. If you even highlight some of the people, it's not bad. It could be a little colory, but in our perspectives, we mostly use up to 3 color, and if you use more than that, the result is not going to be pleasant. So if you're looking to get a good result, try to use 1 color in your perspectives, and at most 2 or 3 color, and don't use more than 3 colors. And let's color our greenery. This time let's use a different color. We need to define the outer areas, and in other areas, if I have or could have greenery, we could just add it. So if I use the same color on the bottom again, you're making it darker during the highlights. Again, I'm using yellow color for outlightings and make the area a little warmer. Like if I do it on my floor, it shows a little reflection. And on our surfaces. Same on our floor. So I'm using a warm color, and I'll bring it in my design. So with this, we are making our design a little bold. So we're saying, hey, look at me, I'm standing here. Again, we do the outer items and the end of our spaces. On the wall also. You can't not repeat it. And we can close our design and finalize it with just some very black stains. And put some emphasis on some lines. Darken the supports here, and the lines that part of it is lost, you can show it again with this. So like this, we made this area to be seen better, even inside these areas. Inside these holes also, you can use highlight to show it better. So wherever I need it, I will just add it to make the area seem more alive. We can do some of the figures really dark and some of the shadows really dark. These details will really enhance the area. So we're separating this part. Some parts are happening like this, and in the end, even the profiles at the end. And when you look, you can see highlighted areas better. So I'm using my black inside some holes and darker areas, and underneath my surfaces. Again on some figures, and If you liked, you can add some white stains in your area. And we can add some stains here because this is glass. But very, very light, because our colors are getting too crowdy and I don't want to make it too crowdy. As much as you just use one color, it's better. So this much color is enough for this perspective. And as you can see, we've learned how to design our stairs and how to put them there and use it in our areas. And we've learned how to render interior perspectives and try to do more samples and practice even more. In advanced course, I will do different samples and various special designs, and we are looking at architecture more professionally. But with these practices, doing and learning different surfaces, you can have a pleasant experience with perspective. And in the end, to be able to design whatever you want in one-point perspective. So practice a lot and review this type of work a lot. And try to design in sections.